Look at all the fish. Look at those pretty fish. Yes, those are pretty fish, aren't they? Hello, pretty fish. Hello, pretty fish, squid, thing, ghost-looking jellyfish things. Yes. Alright, welcome back, everybody. This episode, we're not going to play a mission because we have made Captain, and it is time to equip ourselves with our new ship, new ground gear, new space gear, and getting everything set up now that we have risen in rank. So from the last episode, we played the last mission there you saw, and we were very close to being a captain. I just needed to do some off-screen stuff in order to get to captain, which I did. I ended up doing some DOF missions, but mainly what I decided to go ahead and do is to replay a bunch of missions so that I could get captain level, or Mark 8, which is captain level gear. So I did the stuff needed to get to captain. And then once I got to captain, remember I said I was going to switch over from Mark 4 ship gear and Mark 4 ground gear and make the jump to Mark 8. Because, I mean, you know, as a captain, I might as well do that. I mean, we could probably get away with running the Mark 4 stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and make that jump because that's a pretty large jump now from Mark 4 to Mark 8. And at Captain, you can use Mark 7 or Mark 8 gear. So once I hit Captain, I replayed a bunch of episodes off camera because otherwise it would be extremely boring to you. It took several hours, many hours, more than several hours, many hours, to replay all the missions, mainly because there are cooldowns between the missions, and some of them I had to play a couple of times because they delivered more than one reward that I needed. And the main missions that I replayed is the Jem'Hadar stuff. So under episodes, Cardassian Struggle, they've now moved the Jem'Hadar FE over to the Cardassian Struggle storyline, which we haven't got there yet. But because I had previously played the featured episode series when it came out, the 2800, those missions are open to me. You'll see none of the other Cardassian missions are open to me yet because we haven't got there. I mean, starting all the way from the top, you know, all the way down into the FE, none of those missions are available. But once you hit the FE series, starting with Second Wave, all those episodes are open to me because I've already played them when they had released that separately. So they all have replay on them. And the ones that I replayed every episode. I literally had to replay every episode in order to get everything I needed. So I replayed...
By now, you've faced the Borg.
Second Wave.
The Collective is appearing with more frequency in the Alpha Quadrant now.
Jem'Hadar Polaron full
attacks.
auto rifle Mark 8.
We've been able to push them...
You have to get that Polaron weapon Mark 8 as part of your ground set to get all the abilities of the ground set. Then I did of Bajor to get the Jem'Hadar armor for ground
We've
armor.
evacuated everyone we could to
Jem'Hadar
Bajor.
armor
We're setting
Mark
up a base there.
And then I replayed Operation Gamma. This one I had to do twice to get the Jem'Hadar impulse engine and deflector. You'll see
Kara
right
Khan's
here.
ships are guarding the wormhole, so
Impulse
access
engine,
is limited.
deflector.
A small...
Then I had to replay Facility 4028 for, let's see,
The Federation Council has authorized the release
shield,
of the Founder from...
Mark 8. Then I had to replay Boldly They Rode for the shield for my ship.
Now that we
Resilient
have
shield.
the aid of one of the Founders, we should have no trouble convincing...
Now, on Boldly They Rode, you will see that it also offers another reward called a Phased Polaron Beam Array. This is better than the straight-up Polaron Beam Array you can buy on the exchange. But with the new ship that I'm going to get, if I had to replay this the number of times I needed to get the beams I need, it would be 5 times, because I'm going to put one. The ship I'm going to get has 4 forward slots and 3 rear slots. So I'm going to put 1 torp in the front, 1 torp in the back, so that leaves me 5 beams total. I would have to replay this mission 5 more times to get 5 of those beam weapons from this mission. And this mission has a 30-minute cooldown between each time you play it. So that would alone just be 2.5 hours of just waiting and doing nothing for a cooldown. And then on top of that, the time it takes to play the mission 5 times, I mean, it would take me like playing all day just to do that. And it's really not worth it. And I'm not a big fan of grind fests. So instead, I just bought Polaron weapons. They're not as good as the Polaron weapon that this mission offers, but they're going to be plenty fine, and we're not even at our highest rank yet, so there's no point in wasting incredible resources yet when it's not even the highest level. So I did not do that
now that we have the aid
for this mission. So what you'll see that I did to prepare for this episode and getting our ship all set up, I replayed those those Jem'Hadar episodes. So here's the Mark 8 full auto rifle, which I'll just have to have equipped on my character to get the set benefits. Here's the Mark 8 armor and the Mark 8 shield. And then for my ship, here's the Mark 8 resilient shield, the Mark 8 engine, and deflector. Now I thought about not using the resilient shield because we are on a cruiser and a covariant shield would be better. So what I'm going to do, and because I've used this for so long now, when we get to the Riemann missions, where we get to do the new Riemann FE and we get to Colosseum, which gives us a Riemann shield, I'm going to use the Riemann shield instead of the Jem'Hadar shield when we get there. So I will use the shield until then, and then I will replace it with the Riemann shield, and I'll be running with the Riemann shield from now on, after I get that. And then once I get to Rear Admiral, I will not even use the Jem'Hadar stuff anymore. I'm going to use the Aegis engine and Aegis deflector with the Riemann shield until I can get Borg stuff, and then I will replace the engine and deflector with Borg stuff and probably still stick with the Riemann shield because it will have the most capacity. It's a covariant shield, and for a cruiser it has the most capacity. It's even better than the Aegis shield in that sense. So for now though, this will be all Mark 8 stuff I'm running that I'm going to replace. I purchased Mark 8 Polaron beam arrays, and I got 5 of them that we're going to equip on our ship. So they're Mark 8, they are rare, so they have 2 modifiers each. They're not all the same though. This one's accuracy times 2, this one's not, this one's a mixture, this one's a mixture, and this one's accuracy times 2. So, you know, it's kind of a mix, but it's fine. I also replayed the Doomsday device mission so that I could get the Mark 8 Harpang torpedo instead of the Mark 4 that I'm using right now. Again, that's a pretty big upgrade from Mark 4 to 8. So I'm going to put one on the fore and one on the aft. And then I replayed Night of the Comet so I could get the Mark 8 Type 3 phaser rifle because I like that weapon a lot. I'm using Mark 6 right now, but I figure I might as well just go ahead and upgrade it to Mark 8. So I'll have all Mark 8 stuff on myself. I'll have to buy a kit, but I'll have all Mark 8 stuff on myself. And then my ship's weapons and my main ship stuff will all be Mark 8. So we're getting a major upgrade compared to what I had before. So I know this is all probably a little bit boring, all this talking, so let's just get to it. First thing is my promotion to captain. I haven't done yet. I put that off so I could show that to you guys. All my leveling up has got me to captain 32, so I'm actually 2 grades above the captain, which starts out at 30. So all those replays got me more skill points and got me up to here. So this will help when we get to doing missions, I won't be behind now. Now I'll be ahead, which is really good. And I'm going to keep doing DOF missions along the way as well. I got 5 going right now, and I'm going to keep that up as we're doing stuff. So, first thing to do for our promotion to captain is to speak with Admiral Quinn. And, ta-da! We have now done this. Now it says go to the shipyard, and we get to pick our ship. Now, the captain ship is what's called a Tier 4 ship. Rear Admiral would be a Tier 5 ship. So, this is the next to the highest ship you can possibly get in this game. The next most powerful ship selection you can get at captain. So captain becomes really important because this is where your ship and how you're going to set things up really, starts coming into its own. I mean, you really are going to have a powerful setup at captain. So pretty much all we have to do is talk to Laurel. We don't have to pick a ship from her, and that completes our promotion to captain. In the past, you had to actually select a ship before it would work, but now you don't have to do that. Just talk to her. So now we are technically, really, literally a captain. We gained 1 more row in our inventory, and I've already sorted it, but we did gain 1 more row, and I've got 2 officer slots now, bridge officer slots available here. Okay, first thing to do is to pick our captain's ship. Now you will see that before I was running the heavy cruiser, and it was very good for us. It turns really well. If we look at its we'll go to the stats and look at its movement, but it turned really well, and it was a really good cruiser. Now the next, it's obviously the Enterprise B. Now they do not have the Enterprise C in this game, which is the Ambassador class starship. So unfortunately, we can't play with the Enterprise C. I think eventually that will come into this game, but it may be a while. So until then, no Ambassador class, no Enterprise C. So we go straight to the Enterprise D, which we saw in the Next Generation series, and that is the Galaxy class starship. And the Galaxy class starship is known for one thing: it turns slow. And you just have to accept that with this ship. It's going to turn slow. It's a slow turning ship. I cannot stress that any more than that. It's a slow turning ship. So let's go to captain and look at our options. And this is the one I'm talking about, the Exploration Cruiser. You've seen it in the Next Generation series. It's the Enterprise D. You can get different variants of that. I think that all looks ugly. The Venture is the one I'm going to go for, which I think just looks really awesome. It's a C-Store. This is just a skin, but you can actually get the Venture class in the C-Store, and that's the one I'm actually going to get. But the ones that come with the game are this. This is pretty much what you would fly here, and you can customize its look. And it's the Enterprise. I mean, that's it, right? It's really, really nice. It's a cruiser, so it's got an incredible hull strength. It's got base hull is 32,500, so it's got a really good hull strength. 4 fore weapons, 3 aft, a crew of 1,000. So big crew on this ship. But here's the issue. Base turn 6. That is a slow turn rate. So if we go to what I was using before, under Commander, its base turn is 8. So it's a couple of notches faster turning. So the Galaxy is a couple of notches slower turning, and that just sucks. But then, look at the difference in hull strength here, 26,000 versus, I think that one was 32,000. And then of course more weapon slots. So let's go back. Captain. So you've got the exploration cruiser for flying a cruiser. This is, pretty much what I'm going to go with because it's the iconic ship we have to fly. You can also get the tactical escort or the Defiant that you'll know from Deep Space Nine. So if you want to fly an escort, this is the awesomeness escort right here. This little Defiant, it's only got a crew of 50 and its base hull is only 25,000. But look at the turn rate on this thing, 17 versus 6 with the exploration cruiser, 6, and this thing is 17. And you get 4, but you only get 2 aft weapon slots. So you'd put like turrets in the back, and you could do like 3 cannons and 1 torpedo, or you could do all 4 cannons. So that's awesome, and there are different variants of it. I think that kind of is interesting. I like the looks of that one better. Alright, and then for a science ship, you've got the long-range science vessel Intrepid class, which you will know from Star Trek Voyager. So if you're a science person and you want to fly this science ship for captain, it's got a base crew of 200. Its base hull is 22,000, so it's not a great hull, but it does have a really good turn rate. Base turn of 12. The Defiant was 17. The exploration cruiser was 6. So it turns really good, and it's got a shield modifier too because it's a science ship. And I believe it has plus 15 power to aux systems, which is good if you're using all those science abilities. So the Intrepid class, very good science vessel. And of course they have different variants of that as well, and you can mix and match them, as needed. Alright, and then once you get past these 3, the rest are sea store ships. The exploration cruiser refit. And this is the one that we're going to get and we're going to play. It is the same thing basically as the Enterprise D, except it's Venture. It's the Venture class. It's the same turn rate, same crew, same hull, same weapons, same device slots, but this thing comes with something called an antimatter spread module. And let's see, this console allows you to fire an antimatter spread around your ship that will confuse enemy sensors. So if you are familiar with the episode in The Next Generation called oh crap, I just forgot the name of it. It's the episode basically where Picard is kidnapped by the Borg and turned into Locutus. And I believe in it's the second episode when they go to retrieve him, the Enterprise shoots out this antimatter spread around the Borg cube while the shuttle flies in through the Borg cube shields so they can beam onto the Borg cube. It confuses the Borg cube. And that's the same thing you get here with this ship. It's an antimatter spread, so you can shoot it on any enemy, and it will confuse them. And it works really well. I've used it quite a bit, and it's a very, very good console. All right, so you get that. Let's see if there's any other changes. 3 engineering console, 2 TAC, and 3 Sci. Okay, so it adds 1 more science console. So it does give you 1 more science console slot. Also, it gives you 1 more science bridge officer. It gives you an Ensign bridge officer science station. So that's basically just another heal. You could get. We can use hazard emitters. We can use. We'll use our polarized hull, and then we'll use science team. So we can have all 3 of those with this ship now. So that's very good. It's light on tactical, but it's a good tanking ship, to be honest with you. And I love the way the Venture looks. I mean, that just looks to me incredible. I love that new skin they have there. Okay, following that is the tactical escort refit, which is the Sao Paulo. And this I also have is very, very, very good. It offers quad phaser cannons. Yep, quad phaser cannons. So basically, it is pretty much really the Defiant you saw in the series with quad cannons. It's a quad phaser cannon, and it's hard to explain. It's just awesome, you know, until you get in there and figure out if you put all cannons on the front and then turrets in the back, this thing just fires an enormous amount of cannon fire. And then the next is the long-range science vessel refit, the Bellerophon. And this also, I think, looks absolutely incredible. I mean, the design on that just looks phenomenal. And it comes with sensor analysis, Nadion detonator module. I haven't used that yet. I need to. But see, the console modification allows you to alter a photon torpedo so it generates a photonic shock wave upon impact. So it's basically a torpedo. It can fire a torpedo that on impact also provides photonic shock wave damage, which is pretty unique. I haven't actually fired that yet and tried that, but I have seen it used. It's pretty cool. So those are the 3 C-Store ships you can get, and then these are the 3 in-game ships. We're going with our Exploration Cruiser refit. So if we go to the C-Store and go to Ships, Federation class, let's see, the Venture class, which I have available. I should be able to claim it, and now I have it. Alright, so first thing I want to do is to pull off everything from my current ship. What I don't use, I will sell. This is the engineering console, which gave, I don't think you can use this on other ships, but I'm going to try. See if we can put it on my other ship. It's not really that useful to me, to be honest with you, because I'm not going to be transwarping, so I really don't want to waste the slot. Okay, so everything is off my ship. Now we can go to the ship selector, go to our new ship, Trinidad, and we will set it as current. And that's it. We now have a new ship equipped. First thing I'm going to do is pull off these weapons, and let's put on our Mark 8 stuff we got. Okay, let's put on my harpangs. Already it's looking pretty sweet. We've got Mark 8 Polarons, Mark 8 harpangs. This is going to be pretty awesome. Alright, let's take off stuff it comes with. And let's put on my Jem'Hadar stuff. Very cool. Okay, now, so here is the antimatter spread. I'm gonna go ahead and move it to the science stations because I'm gonna have more engineering consoles than I'm gonna have science consoles. So I will leave that there. Let's see. It will let me put the transwarp thing on here, but I don't really want to waste the slots, to be honest with you, and because I'm not going to be using the transwarps, so no point in me wasting the extra slot. Okay, so I'm going to have to go buy all my consoles that I need, of course. And this stuff we're going to sell. And I have to buy the consoles I need. Let's look at the stations real quick. Let's see, we're going to use the same tactical officer. Nothing really changes there. We'll go ahead and put my Borg there. an engineering one there, and I'm going to have to get another science officer. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get 2 human science officers and put them here so that I can get that leadership skill going here. So instead of using my ANR on one of them, I will go ahead and purchase 2 humans. This is a human tech. I don't need an alien engineer. So I'm going to go to the exchange and buy that. Okay, good. Now for renaming my ship, Trinidad. Nope, that's not the name for it. How about USS? Either USS turns like a. That won't fit. Turns like bricks. Or let's see, USS. Let's put USS tough as bricks, because it really is. That's good for now. And let's see, let's do myself now. Go ahead and put that Mark 8 on there. That's going to go up there to sell. Now, before I put my Jim Hadar stuff on, I did want to look at where I'm currently at. You'll see that my shield strength right now is 217. So let's put the Polaron one on first. Then we'll put armor on. 217, then we'll put the new shield on. 301. So our shield strength has now gone up to 301. Let's see, did our health change? 395? I don't think it did. No, health stayed the same at 395. Our shields went up from 217. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see here. Yeah, shields to 301. Regeneration rate went up. So, yeah, it's better. Better than what I had before. So now I've got better shields, better armor, and I got plus 42 kinetic damage resistance, plus 42 all energy damage resistance, compared to before what I had plus 26. So there's a comparison of the armor. Went from plus 26 to plus 42. Went from plus 0.69 health regen to 0.9. And so that's all that changed there. And then for the shield, I went from 174 with just the base shield spec to 241. And then so all that basically does is increase our shield cap. And then of course I've got the stuff going on from my actual skills, which add into it, which give me that total shield capacity of 301. So very, very good on that. That is definitely an upgrade. And I'm all decked out now with my weapons and stuff there. I need to get a kit, and then I need to equip my bridge officers with Mark 8 stuff. So let's go do all that. Believe it or not, this is one of my favorite parts about this game, is that I get to build a ship and build a character and be able to, you know, design it how I want and give it the weapons I want and everything. Just completely customize it the way I want and have a nice, awesome looking ship. This is just one of the parts about this game I just love doing. So let's sell all that stuff. We'll get some monies for that. There we go. So all that is sold. One other thing that happened off screen was that Saurian that had efficient, I had put him up on the exchange and he did sell, and he sold for 7 million energy credits. So I got 7 million energy credits for that very rare Saurian, so they are still worth a decent amount. I spent 2 million upgrading the beam banks, those polaron beam weapons. They cost 2 million total for those 5, but still that left me with a pretty good amount. So I've got 7 million energy credits available to me, so not bad. And again, I just collect everything I find in missions and sell it. Alright, first thing I want to do is finish out my ship. So let's bring that up, let's bring that up. Okay. For my engineering consoles, well, I gotta have an EPS. And there's a Mark 8 rare for 100,000. It's mine. Cannot live without my EPS. In fact, I might even want 2 of them. Let's see first. About a hull. I bet it's not called neutronium. It's probably called something different now. Starting to get real expensive. Don't know if I really want to spend the money on. That's just mono. Here it is. Polygeranium. That's 900,000. I really don't want to spend that much. Polygeranium. Polygeranium. I probably spelled it incorrectly. Or there's none available. Inequality. Okay, the Mark 8 common. That's Mark 7. Mark 8 common is 25,000. And I believe there were no uncommons, and then the rare was 900,000. So I think you will find the smart thing to do right now is just to get the Mark 8 for 25,000 common. That's not too bad. Okay. Now let me think about the third engineering console for a minute, because I'm not quite sure. And let's go to science. Definitely I want biofunction. 2 of those. Biofunction rare, there are none. Common? Yes. Well, they're 120,000, but see what the commons are. Yeah. We'll just do common for now, I think. Common Mark 8. Actually, I believe one of the... I don't know if you can get it at Captain. I know you can get it at Rear Admiral. One of the consoles is a... that's been very controversial over the last little while. Has been... the console that improves your shield capacity. I believe it's a science console now. Forgot exactly what it's called. but you may not be able to get it at Captain. I'll know it when I see it, I think. They changed the name of it, and then they moved it to a science console, which I don't agree with, but what can you do about it? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. That's shield regeneration. That's not it. Deceptively not it. Huh. Is that it? Emitter array? No, that's not it. Let me look at Rear Admiral real quick. I've heard that they are really expensive now. Well, I can't find it. I'm gonna have to look up and see what it's called. I have it on my other characters, I just can't place the name of it right now. Since they changed it. Shield emitter amplifier, that's shield regeneration rate. It's got that icon on it, or similar icon. Whatever. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, okay. We won't worry about that. So let's just go with the biofunction. Sorry about that. We'll just do a biofunction common Mark 8 right now. I'll probably worry about that when I get to Rear Admiral. Okay, that takes care of that. Now for tactical, I am using Polaron. And energy specific consoles actually give you the best damage. I forgot what this one's called, but that's it, Polaron Phase Modulator. So I definitely want to get me some of those. I want the most damage. I don't care that it's 95,000, I'm spending the money on it. There we go. Now I've got plus 21% Polaron damage. There is diminishing value to stacking 2, but that's still the best that you can get. And the energy specific ones like this, where it says, you know, plus whatever percent of the energy weapon damage, those are the best kind to get. So that will give me the best damage for my Polaron weapons. Goody. Okay, now the last slot I need to fill is that engineering console slot. So let's go back to engineering. Some people might suggest I put an RCS accelerator on. I'm gonna say no. The stats on them are not that good, and it doesn't really help that much. And in fact, I'll show you. I've put points into another skill that actually affects that more than the RCS accelerator. So I'm gonna pass on the RCS. Yeah, tell you what, I'm thinking I'm actually gonna put 2 EPSs on there because I got so many beams going. You'll see that my weapon power will take a while to get to where it needs to go, but having 2 EPSs on there, the power transfer rate is so much more improved. And since I'm not putting skill into the power transfer, that's those 2 APSs will really help me. And this is where, you know, really customization, you know, you can really customize your ship in so many different ways, and so many people will have so many different opinions about what to do and what to add on and so forth, you know. So there is no right or wrong way, there's just your way and whatever is fun. I'm gonna do that for right now. I'm not gonna do weapon power. That's another option I could do, but since I'm an engineer, I've got that that power thing I hit, which gives me more power anyway. Plus I've got emergency power to weapons, so I don't need a higher power setting because I've got those, and the 2 EPS will get my power where it needs to be quickly. So that's it, I'm decked out. I don't have a subspace thing, do I? Oh, where'd my subspace thingy go? Did I accidentally sell it? I might have. Or did I even never have one? I don't know. Anyway, might have to replay that mission because I'm missing my subspace field thingy. Alright. Let's see. That's pretty much decked out. I need to get 2 bridge officers. Let's do rare humans. What did I need? I need human science, didn't I? Human science officer. And it don't matter, but I'm just going to go with human female. And you'll see, let's see, where's that leadership ability? Yeah, leadership is still on there, so. And these are cheap, so no problem getting a couple. There are 2 females. Okay, let's add them. Join, and you will be Yucko. You'll be Psi 1. Now it means I'm gonna have to train them in the skill they need and train them up, but whatever. Alright, so you're Psi 1 and you go there. Now you're going to be Psi 2. Genevieve. You are Psi 2. Okay. And now we got Psi 1 and Psi 2, and now I just have to go edit their powers and skill them up. And also, now that I am captain, my bridge officer or my ground officers can be commander level, so I can open up their 4th and final slots here. So I need to go do that too. But before I do that, let's make sure I have everything I need from the exchange. And I know that I have everything for my ship set. Now I need to change myself. I've got everything there. I need to find a kit. Oh, that's not gonna work. Engineering. Now maybe I can find the one that has the one I want. Let's see. Fuse armor, equipment, weapons, no. Combat, no. Aha! It's called Breach Engineer. Yeah. Yeah, it is Breach Engineer, I think. Because you get Seeker Drone 2, Combat Supply, Quantum Mortar 3, Shield Recharge 3. I'm just making sure we could. Bunker fabrication would be the upgrade from what I have now. But I used to use that in the past, but I like that other one now. Breach Engineer. Or maybe it's it's Fabrication Specialist. That's one. Breach Engineer or Fabrication Specialist. Fabrication Specialist here, you'll see. You get Seeker Drone, you get Quantum Mortar, you get a medical, and you get turret. Yeah, that's the one I go with. Fabrication Specialist. So, yeah. Unless I don't really specifically need that shield recharge or that combat supply. This is the one I'm going to go with. So this one will give me a Seeker Drone 2 on top of my Support Drone 2. So I've got 2 drones I can pop. Then I'm going to have a Quantum Mortar that I can pop that'll sit there and shoot out stuff. Then a medical generator to heal me, and then on top of all that, a turret I can set down, a turret 3, no less. So I can have 2 drones, a mortar, and a turret that I lay, and then my engineering bridge officers, they can pop a support drone and a turret also. Now that I'm captain and they'll be commander level, they can also pop all that. So now get this in your head. I've got myself sitting here with 2 support drones behind, or a support drone and a seeker drone behind me. I got a quantum mortar in front of me. I got a phaser turret 3 in front of me. That's just me. And then I have my my ground engineering Borg officer, and she pops a turret fabrication 2, and she pops a support drone 1 with her. And you got all that flying towards your enemy. How awesome is that? Now if I wanted to like kick out one of my other bridge officers, I could bring in another engineer on the ground and have her do the same thing, pop a turret and a support drone and have all that going too. I mean, you can see how engineers are just awesome with the amount of stuff that they can go into battle with. I mean, it's really, really helpful. When you come up against a lot of Borg, for example, they'll take a lot of aggro off of you because the Borg or whatever will be firing at your turrets and your drones. So it takes a lot of heat off of you. So, yeah, it's 200,000, but that's what I'm going for. Fabrication Specialist Mark 8. You know it. Sweet. Now if you look down here, see here's my support drone 2, seeker drone 2, I've got my turret fabrication 3, which is the highest, and then a quantum mortar 2. In fact, you can place the quantum mortar right here. So it sits there and it's got a little laser. If anything, it's got a pretty wide range on it, so if it detects any enemies, it pops a mortar out that goes way up into the air and it slams way down on the enemy wherever they are. Only problem with it is that the enemy can move out of the way, and if the enemy moves out of the way, it can miss them. But still, pretty nice. Have that going, and then you have your turret going and your drones going, and you've got a lot of confusion around. So that's freaking sweet, I have to say. So that's me. I am all decked out. I have everything that I need. Now let's get my bridge officers. They need Mark 8 shields and armor, and because I don't want to waste a ton of, resources right now, we'll just go with common stuff. We'll do personal shields, do Mark 8 personal shields, and they're pretty cheap. They're common, but they're pretty cheap, so let's get 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now personal armor, I definitely want to get them Mark 8 armor. I would like to have energy dampening armor. Energy dampening armor Mark 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too bad. Alright, so now I need Mark 8 weapons. Except my Borg, she's still going to use her synchronic proton distortion. That's auto leveling, so we'll leave that with her. You know what? I probably should have kept that Jem'Hadar weapon. I might have gone ahead and put it on him, even though it was a mark level behind, but I might go replay the one of those missions again and get another Jem'Hadar weapon and give it to him so that he has, a Jem'Hadar weapon. Why not? And eventually, once I get the Breen stuff, I'll give him the cryo gun. Well, I can't do it right now, so she was using a plasma gun. Tetrion stun. See, these start getting real expensive. High density beam rifle with kickback. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going with. So it's got knockback, which is really good, and it's the high density beam, and it's a Mark 8 phaser, or plasma. So that's good for her. She can have that. Put a Mark 8 shield, a Mark 8 armor. So she is now set. For my Borg, get the Mark 8 shield, Mark 8 armor, and she's going to keep that gun. For my Breen, put a Mark 8 shield, a Mark 8 armor, and it'd be cool if he had a Polaron weapon right now so I can start getting some Polaron damage. Now that he can use Polaron. Polaron, high density beam, Mark 8, damage. Very nice. Okay, he's done. And then for my Jem'Hadar, Mark 8. Yes, oh, no, that you're right. That item does not go there. Huh. Mark 8. Mark 8 now on his weapon. I would like him to use the Jem'Hadar beam weapon, but I would have to replay the mission. So Until then, let's just give him something cheap. How about a full auto rifle? For 1,500, that's pretty cheap. He can use that for right now until I get him something different. That's good enough. And they all have tribbles. So that's my ground crew. They're now all set and equipped. Excellent. Now we've got to go fix my powers and stations and everything there. I think that's all I needed from the exchange. Let me get my tray set up here. I want to do that, pop a support, pop a seeker drone, and then that, and then that, and then that. Let's see, I got that there. Cover shield. That's there, that's there, that's there, that's there, everything's there. There we go. Now I can regen my shield, I can shoot them with my neural blast, pop both drones, pop both turrets, pop a medical generator if I need it, get my combat triage going on from the Jim Hadar set, got my quantum duplicates, I got my triolic pattern enhancer in case I need it, got a cover shield, got my weapons all set. Yeah, doing good. I am set. I am set for combat. Now we just got to get my space powers set and my bridge officers skilled up, and then we're going to be done. So this episode kind of turned out a little bit lengthy, but I like it because this is the kind of stuff I like doing, and you know, it's setting up a full captain setup here. It takes a while sometimes. Getting everything just right. Alright, so for my science powers, I want Science Team 2 in space. So we're going to do Science Space. And I want Science Team 2, which is going to take up this one. So Sci 1. Science Team 2 we'll put on Sci 1. So it now has Science Team 2 in this spot. Just can't see it yet. And then I've only got, you know, the Ensign option for 2 options. And still I want to go with polarized hull and hazard emitters. Let's see, what were I using before? I don't remember. Well, anyway, I definitely want to have hazard emitters. We'll put that on Psi 2. And then I want polarized hull on Psi 1. So I don't think I've used hazard emitters before. What it does is it provides a large hull heal over time, a small damage resistance buff over duration, and it will cleanse the ship of any hazard debuffs. So for example, when the Romulans shoot their high plasma torpedo at me and it makes me glow all green with plasma damage, if I hit hazard emitters, it makes all that go away instantly and heals my hull over time also. So it's good for hull damage and stuff like that. And then of course polarized hull will help me evade tractor beams and also helps my hull. And then Psi Team 2 heals my shields. Alright, and for my engineering team, honestly I like with the emergency power to engines 1 and the emergency power to weapons 2. Now I get a 4th slot. I finally get my full commander position opened up on one of my engineering bridge officers. So I get to select a engineering space all the way at the bottom commander. I can do aceton beam 2 or eject warp plasma 2. And let's see what my Borg has already. It has aceton beam 3, so it's a good thing I did not overwrite that. Aceton beam 3 is obviously better than aceton beam 2. You can't train it through the trainer, so this officer had it natively. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Some people like the eject warp plasma. The thing about that is you have to be really quick, and turn your ship, you need to be able to get to speed up in front of ships and hit them with the warp plasma and then get back around. And in a cruiser, that's sometimes hard to do because you need to move fast and turn fast. It's possible, and you can do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to choose to go ahead and leave the Aceton Beam 3 here, which is the better option. And what this does is it places a radiation hazard over the target, and it drastically reduces. This is one that people miss. So it does give you a slight radiation, hit over time. But the one that people miss is that this also drastically reduces its energy weapon damage and delivers well, that second part is the one that everyone usually thinks this is good for, delivers radiation damage over the duration, but the big thing here is it drastically reduces its energy weapon damage. So that means I shoot it at the enemy and their weapon damage isn't as great when it hits me. So it actually reduces their weapon damage. So it's useful for that. So I'm going to leave that there, and then all I need to do is promote my Borg. So let's promote her. There we go. And now she's opened up to that ability, Aceton Beam 3. And we'll leave directed energy modulation. So I actually like the powers that I had, so I'm going to leave these other powers on there for right now. And same for tactical. There's really not much else I could have changed anyway. So Psi 1 I need to promote, so that opens up. But before I do that, I need to skill up that power. Then I can promote Psi 1. And now Psi Team 2 is open. So now all my space powers are open. And as you see, when I opened up my Borg, now she's got support drone fabrication 1 in her commander slot. So she's got all her powers that I had, Bruce. She's got 2 turrets and a support drone. So imagine again all the things I can pop, and then she can pop two turrets and a drone herself. So that's pretty sweet. But let's open up my other bridge officers to their commander powers. Promote, and promote. So now we look, all 4 powers are active now in my bridge officers for the away team. So all my powers are now active, and it's just a matter of skilling up everything, but everything's active. So my ANAR can give me nanite health monitor. We got plasma grenade 2, and we got just a ton of power. So my ANAR is just able to heal me in everything. My Jem'Hadar and my Breen, I've got 2 tactical officers, and they can do plasma grenade 2, photon grenade 2. So they're awesome. And then my Borg, she's helping me by popping all these great things here, plus a shield recharge that she can give me. That's why I really didn't need myself to have a shield recharge, because she can give that to me. And then also I still have this reroute power to shields for myself anyway. So now all their powers are active, and all their powers are active, and it's just a matter now of skilling up all those powers. You'll see I have lots of things to skill up still. I have 24,000 points. Let's max her ground abilities. She doesn't do anything in space anymore, so I don't need to worry about anything down here. So my ANAR is now maxed on ground. My Borg is now maxed on ground and space. So right here, all these powers, including Aceton Beam 3, are maxed out, plus all her ground powers are maxed out. So that she is maxed out as much as she can go. Breen, I'm out of points now. I can't put any more in, so I'll have to wait as I do more missions and skill up the rest. But at least all their powers are available, even if they're not skilled up. They're at least there now, and they can activate them if they need to. So all those powers are available, and all these powers are available. So I am one lean, mean fighting machine at this point in time, my friends. we are awesome. Let's go sell this stuff real quick. Then, last thing is we'll beam up and see what the ship looks like. And get the power tray organized. Now I know that the Jem'Hadar shield stuff has a purple, glow to the engines, but it also makes the skin of the ship darker and adds purple into the skin of the ship. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best look for this ship, considering it had such a great skin texture to begin with. So we'll have to look at that. I might find that I want to turn off the visual effects of the Jem'Hadar shield on this ship, just because it may look better without it. But we'll see. Okay, I saw that stuff sold. Now, one more thing real quick before we beam up is my skills. As I was doing those missions, I skilled up in the things I wanted to. I put full skill into Starship Impulse Thrusters. And this is that skill I was talking about that will help your turn rate in space. It says this skill improves your starship's impulse speed and turn rate. The higher this skill, the faster your ship will move, and the greater your ship's turn rate will be while at impulse speeds. So this is good for my cruiser, since they're slow turning. I got that, turn rate of 6. Since cruisers are slow, I decided to put my skills into this area, so I get better turn rate, or at least the best I can with a cruiser. So that will help that. And then what opened up was the captain row, and I was able to start putting points into turrets and drones on the ground. And as you'll see, this skill improves all ground and drone damage, and sometimes shields and or hit points of the turret or drone. It includes the phaser turret, a quantum mortar, the support drone, and the seeker drone. All of those that I'm using. So this skill was extremely important to me. So skilled that up, and now I just wait till I get more skill points and keep going on. Now, let's finally beam up and see what my ship looks like. I am anxious to know what it looks like. Okay. So, what I like about it, I like the purple engines, and the purple impulse engines, and the purple warp nacelle, and the purple deflector. What I don't like is the darkening of the hull. So if I turn the shield visuals off, this is what the Venture class looks like. And this I like. It's got that high contrast white texture with black, and it may not have purple, engine color now that I've turned that shield off, but I like the looks of this better than I do with a dark hull. That's just my opinion. Your opinion may be different. All you have to do is enable the visuals of the Jem'Hadar shield, and it will look purple again, but it will darken the hull. And I don't like that on this particular ship. I think this ship looks better white. So I'm going to leave it black and white. What I will still get is the purple contrails of the impulse engine, because I have that Jem'Hadar impulse engine. So it's just slight purple contrail coming off the ship. So it's got a little bit of purple in it still, but I like the black and white look of it better. And my Polaron weapons will be purple too, so those will look pretty. So as you can see, first thing I want to do is put it on attack mode, and that's going to bring my power up to 112. I'm doing really good on power. 112 just by default for my weapons. 66 shield. Could do better on shields. Honestly, that's not that great. But then I've got a really high impulse engine now, 46, because I've got that skill in there. So I'm going at full impulse now, and this is about the turn rate it has. Yeah, That's the turn rate I got. So that's what I'm dealing with. So that's why it's good on a ship like this to have your shield and hull beefed up. You know, to have skills that can beef that stuff up. Because it already has a good hull strength. But you want to be able to add on top of that, especially with a turn rate like that. So I've got my, it looks like most of my buttons are, well, no, they're not where I want them at all. I was like, for a second there, I thought, well, wait a minute, it auto-organized everything how I want it, but no, it did not. Okay, so let's look at what we got here. With my shield strength, this shield is a resilient shield. It's not a covariant shield, and it does not have a high capacity. So you can see my shield strength is not that great. 5402. Really not good at all. But because I have all three sets here, I get the Jem'Hadar crew bracing and the Dominion synergy powers, and then I got that anti-proton thing I can shoot at people. So it kind of offsets it a little bit with those abilities. But when I get to the Riemann shield, you're going to see it's a whole lot better with shield capacity. But at least I got the Mark 8 level of this, best I can do for right now. My hull strength is really good, 40,000, much better than I was before. I don't have much resist to stuff, only 10%. And that's again because pretty much of this right here. I can get more if I add more of that. But let's see what my bonus defense is maxed out. At full impulse speed, just flying around on my bonus defense is 35.4%. It's not too great, but until I get the Borg console, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's okay. My hull repair rate is 143.3% a minute, and that's thanks to these biofunctions. See, if I move one off here, that should go down. Maybe it's not. That's not hull. That's not hull. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Crew recovery rate is 50%. So I put one on 61.3. I put another one on 72.5. So it helps a little bit. My power transfer rate, because of my 2 PSs, is 220%. So if I take one off, it's 165. By default, it's 110. So that's 165 and then 220. So it actually helps quite a bit having those two on there. So my power transfer rate is 220%, which is just phenomenal. And you'll see my power levels. Basically, when I'm switching here, you'll see how fast the numbers move. And that's basically power transfer rate, transferring between things I have selected. And as I'm firing my weapons, you know, the weapon power will go down and stuff like that. So having the power transfer rate up there on a beam ship like this is going to really help. Let's see. Movement, of course, is slow. So, you know, we just have to deal with that. So it is what it is, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice in battle, to be honest with you. It's going to turn slow, but it's going to be really nice in battle because it's going to be pretty powerful. You know, we're going to be able to take ships down pretty easily with it, and we're going to be able to sit there and take a beating pretty easily, even with that low shield capacity. Alright, first thing I want to do is go turn on everything to automatic. I like right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. Now everything will fire automatically, which I love. Now we need to organize my bar. Let's move. I like to start by just moving everything off. Give me a clean slate to work with. I'll show you the antimatter spread in a second. That looks really cool. Just move everything away. Go away. Everything go away. Alright. Abandoned ship. I gained this ability when I hit captain, I got my captain ability rank 1, and that was abandoned ship. And what that does is, hello, I said go here. Go there. Now. What the heck? Am I getting some kind of lag? Why won't you go there? Oh, I think I've encountered this bug before. Let's change instances real quick. Yeah. Changing instances fixed it. Alright, just get away from all those people. Alright, okay, so, alright, where was I? Abandoned ship. It is a self-destruct with enhanced explosion for 5100 kinetic damage. So, if you want to blow up near a ship, you can hit this and it'll provide extra damage to them when you blow up. Alright, Aceton Beam 3. This one I like a lot. As you can see, 83 radiation damage every 1 second for 30 seconds. So it's that radiation damage on their ship over time. It's not huge, but then on top of that, look at this. Negative 300% all energy damage for 30 seconds. That part of it is the awesome. So I will definitely be using that a lot. Not quite sure where I'm going to put all of this just yet. Let's see, brace for impact, I think has to go there. So she's shoving it before or after? Emergency power shields, weapons, engineering team. My EPS, that. That's right, I got hazard emitters now. Forgot I had that too. Okay, we'll do that. For the top row, we'll do this. Okay, that's all of them, so. That'll be good, and hit him with that. Then that, then that. Okay. There we go. Set. It starts getting more complicated once you start getting more powers. It starts filling up really easy. I wish you could go to 4 rows. Like when I set 4, it doesn't actually set 4 rows. I want another row up here. I need lots of rows. Alright, so the way I'm going to do it when I play is I like to have my rotate shields there. Then when I go into battle, I hit that first. You know, rotates my shield frequency. I can hit this if I need a instant shield there. I hit this to replenish my shield from being damaged, and I put that right beside my hull heal so I can decide if I need to shield or hull first. Then I got polarize hull. And you can see they share timers, some of them. And then here's the hazard emitter. That'll another holy thing. Actually, I might do that. Actually, yeah. All right, and then Full power to weapons. Tactical. Hit that and then hit that. And I'm doing a lot of damage. Hit that.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Power up. So that's all looking good. And then here comes the antimatter spread. Here it goes.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Now that may not look like much, but when you've got enemies around you and you do that, it will confuse all of them. So if you have a lot of enemies around you, it really does work. It confuses them and they don't know what's going on, and you'll see them twinkling and stuff. So it works. So there we go. We're flying now the Venture, which is just awesome looking, and I think it looks better with the texture they have on it. And I've got all my powers. I'm all set up. I'm pretty powerful. Wish my shields were a little better, but still pretty good for right now. I'm set to do stuff. So, see, I can turn this slow, but then when I hit like this and this together, watch how fast I can turn. It's wide. It's a very wide turn, but I can make a turn back around much quicker with both of those. So that's why I like having that emergency power to engines. It kind of just gives another boost to turning. And that's about as fast as I'm going to be able to turn. And it's pretty wide. Otherwise, I'm turning at this rate here. And you can count however many seconds. But to come fully around back to the other side, well, you can see that's taking quite a while. And that's with the impulse enhanced under the skill that I showed you previously. So you can see how a cruiser, especially this ship, with a turn rate as low as 6. Look at that, I'm not even back around to the station yet. And there we are, now we're back around. It took that long, seems like an eternity, to turn all the way around. So there you go. But that's why you want to have good shields, good hull stuff, and then you want to have powerful beam weapons, and you want to be a beam boat. You want to set up with as many beams as you can, and then put a torp fore and aft so you can shoot at them. And with that, and this one gives that radiation over time, and then a secondary explosion, so that will give me the most damage. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait to get into battle and see how she does. So in the next episode, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll play the next mission and get into battle and see if this thing really is tough as bricks. So I'll see you all then.